My family owns a river house located on the San Bernard River in Brazoria, Texas, which is about an hour south of Houston. Over the course of owning Riverbend, as we call it, the house has changed from a family vacation home to a gathering spot for my friends, and most recently to a home for my dad after my parents' divorce. Riverbend is part of me, and my experiences there with my family and friends have created profound effects on my life. My parents first bought the lot Riverbend sits on in 1980, and began construction of the house in 1986, finishing in 1990, just a few months before I was born. My family made trips down to Riverbend regularly over the course of my childhood, which caused the experiences there to determine much of who I am today. Many of my favorite childhood memories involve the river house, and its influence shapes me to this day. Around middle school age, I began inviting my two closest friends who live in my neighborhood, Ben and Chris, to the river with me. As I grew older, I invited more friends from school in addition to Ben and Chris. Our group grew steadily to include 8 guys. Our group trips to Riverbend strengthened and defined our friendship. As the host, I emerged as the leader of our group while we were at the river, since I knew the ins and outs of boating, fishing, bridge jumping, and house upkeep. Now, my fiancée Sarah also helps me as a co-host. That leadership quality has endured in me ever since. I owe much of my sense of self to the river house, since it was the site where my friendships flourished. Riverbend has been an anchor throughout my life.
One, two, three.
Fall is here, hear the yell, back to school, ring the bell, brand new shoes, walking blues, climb the fence, books and pens, I can tell that we are gonna be friends. I can tell that we are gonna be friends. Walk with me, Susie Lee, through the park and by the tree. We will rest upon the ground and look at all the bugs we found. Safely walk to school without a sound. Safely walk to school without a sound. Here we are, no one else. We walk to school all by ourselves. There's dirt on our uniforms from chasing all the ants and worms. We clean up and now it's time to learn. We clean up and now it's time to learn. Numbers, letters, learn to spell, nouns and books and show and tell. Playtime we will throw the ball, back to class, through the hall. Teacher marks our hide against the wall. Teacher marks our hide against the wall. And we don't notice any time pass. We don't notice anything. We sit side by side in every class. Teacher thinks that I sound funny, but she likes the way you sing. Tonight I dream while I'm in bed, when silly thoughts go through my head about the bugs and alphabet. And when I wake tomorrow, I'll bet that you and I will walk together again. I can tell that we are gonna be friends. Yes, I can tell that we are gonna be friends.
After my parents' divorce, my dad went to live at Riverbend. This created many opportunities for me to spend one-on-one time with him, since my older sister Laura had already moved away to college in Tennessee. I still took my friends down just as often, and as a result, my dad got to know them very well too.
What do you boys want?
Already the mecca for hangouts with my friends, the river house began to seem more like a second home than a vacation spot. I continued to live with my mom in Sugar Land, a suburb of Houston, in order to stay near to my friends and my school, but my trips to the river became more frequent so I could spend time with my dad. We had the time of our lives every trip. Yeah, my dad's selling the place. He just got married again to his second wife, and he moved in with her. We're about 30 minutes from here. It's really fun. I'm really attached to it. It's been here before I was born, so I've been coming down here my whole life, and it actually feels like more permanent than any other house or home that I've had, because it's been here my entire life. My house that I live in, or used to, before I moved away to college, we moved in there when I was 4, so this house has been there before then. I don't know, I've never been separated from this house, never moved away from this house. It's always been the vacation house, so it's always been available, and it's going to be weird when it's gone. I'm not happy about that, but nothing I can do. Yeah. The River House is, and always will be, a part of me. It's the reason why I have such a close group of friends. It's also the reason I'm a leader among my peers. Losing the River House feels like losing a part of myself. It's a beautiful but sad metaphor for life. The River House is my childhood, and I have to learn to leave it behind as I transition to adulthood. I'll carry my experiences at River Bend with me forever. Maybe one day, I and my fiancé will be able to provide our children as rich of a childhood.